Sorry, I accidentally hit the wrong button on that last video, but it was getting pretty long at 9 minutes. So we're gonna fill up the PTU in my 2014 Ford Escape 2.0 all-wheel drive. We've got this all cleaned off the drain plug, but and you can kind of see there's a little bit of thread locker on there. We're gonna clean that off actually a little better and then put some new thread locker on there and put it back in. So we've got it a lot cleaner now. Basically what I do is I take a thumbnail if I've got nails left, and I kind of put it in the paper towel, and then I run that thumbnail through the groove, and I just turn it, and it winds up the threads. So we're gonna take a little bit of goop thread locker, and we're just going to put a little bit on there. Don't need a lot, and it'll kind of spread itself as it screws in. And I can tell by the threads and just taking it apart that it goes all the way down the thread. So I've got it kind of at the bottom because I don't want any of that goop going up and into the PTU itself. So we're going to get in here, and so here's your CVS syringe and a little bit of vacuum hose or whatever you use, and then you just kind of pull back on the plunger and suck it up. And what we'll do is get the air out of there before I start, so I can kind of keep an eye on how much I'm putting in, although you really just fill it up until it's overflowing. But I'm going to shoot for 50 milliliters each time, so I know I have to do it 6 times. So we've got that right at 50 milliliters. I'll get the air out. Let me pause this. You're not waiting on dumb stuff. By the way, I'm not the best cameraman. So we are going to go ahead. Oh, I put my head in that crap. Oh well. We're going to wipe off the oil. I've been letting it drip for about 10 minutes. Probably don't have to wait that long, but I'd like to give it a good while to really drip out. And it had pretty much stopped dripping too. Get up in there and try to wipe out all those threads. And gonna take our nice new clean drain plug with thread locker on there. Not thread locker, I'm sorry, sealant, not thread locker. I don't use thread locker on these ones, and it didn't look like Ford did either. So, and I haven't heard anyone else mention that they did, so I'm not. You got your Torx T50 that's gonna go right in there. That'll help me get it in a little more by hand. I've got my, I really like this. I just got this at AutoZone because it's short, so it can get in spaces that some other longer ratchets can't. But it's still fairly bulky, and it's got a 3/8 and a 1/4 inch on it. I think it was like $10. So, and then we'll go ahead and put that on tightening, and I'll have to look up the exact specs for the torquing. It's probably something like 30 foot-pounds. But we'll just get that kind of hand tight, and then I'll torque it down better off camera if y'all enough to watch that. And we are going to take our syringe, and we're going to take the hose and put it in there. Sorry, I'm doing this like watching through my phone's camera, so it's not the best. Make sure it's kind of down there. And then squeeze, squeeze till it's all in there. And that was about 50 milliliters. It looks like the last time it took about 300. So we're expecting to have to do this about 6 times. And that's